Hey, so this small band on my hand right here is the Hume Band. It's the first ever health product that I cover on this channel. And the only reason I want to talk about it is that it's the best health tracker that I've tried. And I know what I'm talking about, okay? Over the years, I've tried products from Whoop, Oura, and Apple, but the Hume Band easily fixes the issues that those had by focusing on longevity. And what exactly do I mean and how does it work? Well, I'm about to explain it all in this Hume Health Band review. So what's that about longevity? Well, Hume Band is what I'd call a longevity coach. It's not just a typical tracker that overloads you with a bunch of information and asks you to buy a subscription to digest it for you. This piece of wearable tech on my hand is built to reinforce healthy habits. And no, I don't mean something like just taking 10,000 steps. This stuff, that's in the past. These days, we measure things like metabolic capacity. That's something like my biological fuel tank, showing if I'm pushing myself too much or not enough. In a similar vein, metabolic momentum shows me if my habits are aging me up or down. Just kidding. All you can really do is slow aging, not reverse it. And the third major feature to mention is chronic illness detection. Yeah, with air quotes. While personally, I have seen cases of Hume Health detecting early indicators of chronic illness risk based on various biomarkers like heart rate variability, skin temperature, and more, it's not consistent enough to replace a professional's advice. Okay. That said, Hume Health is definitely the best smart band to learn your limits and get hooked on healthy habits. And of course, yes, you can save money while doing that. I've left an exclusive Hume Band discount in the description below, letting you try this longevity tracker risk-free thanks to the 30-day return policy and free shipping. Or you can scan this QR code instead. It's going to bring you to the same Hume Health discount. So do what you want. Now, even as I discuss how affordable Hume Band Health is, it continues to justify its price by tracking my health score in real time based on sleep, recovery, and stress signals. Yes, that's right. Just like the majority of other health tracker devices, Hume Band has detailed sleep tracking with highlighted sleep stages, as well as quality and efficiency overview. The same goes for stress monitoring. This band outlines stress-related patterns in body response. For instance, right now it thinks I'm on the verge of a breakdown because of my intense stage fright. Okay, not really, but it would if I had stage fright. You get the idea. Now, other than that, Hume Health provides plenty of classic biometric data, heart rate, HRV, blood oxygen, and so on. There's also some optional stuff that comes into play once you pair Hume Band with the Hume Health Body Pod Smart Scale, but that's a topic for another day. Just know that you can track body composition metrics that way. And hey, you might think, well, that's a lot of things to track without, a screen. There's no screen. But hey, don't worry, the Hume Band is screenless and minimalist for a reason. It's got to be unnoticeable. And all the insights that I get from it are recorded in an app. Okay, now you got a pretty good idea of what Hume Band can do for you, but let's talk more about the physical side of the device. Okay, so once you receive your Hume Band, the box contains, the band itself. This bracelet is pretty lightweight and unobtrusive itself, and this band is stretchy and actually really comfortable. You get that alongside the charging cable and a little quick start card. So talking about charging, it takes only about 30 minutes to fully charge the device, and one charge is about 4 or 5 days of work. That's pretty impressive considering that Hume Band uses 5 LEDs and 4 photodiodes for data capture, pretty much 24/7. On top of that, you can take this band anywhere. It's got IP68 rated water resistance, meaning you can bring it as deep as 1 meter underwater for 2 hours. Showers and swimming are A-okay. And to be having the band do all its magic, all you need to do for setup is download the Hume Health app, pair the band via Bluetooth, set up your account, and deal with the 3-hour calibration charge on your first use. So I've had this thing on my hand for months, only taking it off to charge. In my opinion, the upsides to Hume Band are pretty apparent. Firstly, it's refreshing to get a full experience without a mandatory subscription. My health data is not held hostage behind a monthly fee, and I can stand behind that. Secondly, longevity-based metrics are uniquely useful. It does feel like I have kind of a personal coach checking out my habits and guiding me away from ruining myself. Thirdly, the app does a pretty good job turning all the raw data into practical advice. One time, I had low HRV and the app insisted that I take a rest day instead of my usual routine. I like to push myself to improve, so these calls have been sobering. Fourthly, the device is just very convenient. I barely remember that it's still on my hand, and whenever I do take it off, it only takes 30 minutes to recharge. And fifthly, I really appreciate that I didn't have to risk it when trying it out. So the 30-day return policy really helped me get those stress measurements in check. You as well can take advantage of that return policy and free shipping to try Hume Health Band out. Check the link in the description for the exclusive discount as well while you're at it. Now that said, I do have my own list of grievances with the Hume Band as well. First of all, the battery life is not entirely consistent. Some users report it lasting from 2.5 to 4 days at best. Not my experience, but I just needed to point that out. Secondly, I kind of miss the smart alarm feature. In my opinion, any sleep tracking device must have a configurable alarm, and I'm just sad to not see one in Hume Band. Thirdly, the app has a reputation of being a little bit buggy on Samsung devices. Frankly, I have not had the same experience, but from those that have, slow customer support response made the issue even more annoying than it had to be. Fourthly, the premium insights. These days, Hume Band has a premium AI-driven coaching and personalized feedback, which kind of undermines the whole upside of not having a subscription. So not a fan of that. The fifth and the sixth are more of a pet peeves. I don't like the lack of visual variety for the Hume Band, with just one available design. And also some users don't get proper tracking when wearing the band incorrectly. That said, it's strictly a skill issue and not one that I've ever encountered. Now, so as I promised, time for this Hume Band review to compare this health tracker to its main competitors. When it comes to Whoop 5.0, the main difference is the business model. Whoop is barely an accessory without its mandatory subscription. That said, it does have a much better battery life that can last up to 2 weeks, though to be clear, Whoop 5.0 is targeted at athletes and performance optimization, while Hume is more about longevity. Comparing Hume Band versus Oura Ring, well, the first difference is that they are two different accessories. They offer similar insights, but Oura has fewer health insights without a paid subscription. And if you plan to work out, a simple wristband is going to be much less of a distraction than a ring. I've also compared the Hume Band to the Apple Watch with obvious results. Yes, Apple Watch can track health metrics, but that's not its primary purpose. It doesn't have the personalized experience of Hume Band and its longevity angle. Besides, Apple Watch only works with iOS devices and has horrible battery life with mandatory daily charging. So, what's the verdict? I'd say Hume Band is perfect if you're focused on long-term health and wellness, and you need deep health insight and a personalized approach without being forced into a monthly subscription hell. However, if you're an athlete in need of flawless workout tracking with a fitness tracker or need an all-in-one smartwatch with a bunch of apps, yeah, you got to look elsewhere. In any case, you can find the best discounts for Hume Band in the description below or through this QR code. Try it out. You can always change your mind within 30 days with no risk at all. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this new type of content on my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. All right, bye.